Here we are with my superstar Jason. We're checking out an RV park. It's got a little office right up here at the front. Those are the dumpsters by it.
Looking good.
And it's looking like a pretty good park. Let's drive on back. There's a lot of things that I noticed already in just my quick little drive through. It is a long-term park, but it's not that trashy. I mean, some people have some fences and some stuff that wouldn't work really for the short term. But this whole front section, I'm thinking, could be the regular short-term section. And we'll just move everybody who's long-term back to this area. And that'll still give us about, I'd have to check the numbers, but that'll give us something like 25% to stay long-term. And that way we could have basically a long-term section here in the back. And keep it a little bit separate. It's a pretty nice park. It's got a lot of trees. A lot of greenery. It's got some mobile homes in it. We'll have to find out the details on those. Jason, do you remember any of those details?
One guy owns his own and they're leasing the land, and then the others are straight rentals.
Cool.
So that they have a lease agreement.
And this, what do you think about this? This is ours too, right? This is,
Yeah.
okay, so it has this huge area to the side here.
150 feet deep, 750 feet wide. You can probably get 40, 50 spots in there.
About 40, 50 additional units right here. How many total does this have between the two parks? This is a two-park portfolio.
60.
61 total right now?
Yeah.
That's it? It sure seems like more.
Yeah. Their books are messy. It's like a slop.
We're gonna have to come back through and count after we finish this video, because I think it's probably a bit more when you count both of them.
Yeah. There's 16 on the other side. There was a duplex, 2 more cabins or something. It's hard to read with the books.
And so there's a couple of buildings up here at the front.
That light tan one, I think, is the new clubhouse that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that building up there that was produce.
Really? We'll have to find out about that too. We'll do one more cruise through. Check out the numbers. Oops.
They get $450 a month on the other side for monthly.
And how much do they get on this side?
I think it's about the same. It's just really hard to read.
So the pedestals, go through this way. The pedestals and all the sewer stub ups, everything looks really good. It looks really nice. Doesn't look messed up or old.
Not leaning.
It's not leaning, it's not broken. Hadn't been hit 12 times yet.
Individually metered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what does that mean, Jason? Individually metered.
When you have your monthly people, these people are slacking because their electric bill is like $6,000 a month because they're not charging anybody for their electric. So.
And they're only charging $450 per month, but they're really not getting $450 because they're paying. How much does that break out to per spot? You think?
6,060.
600 about it.
100 or so a spot, but some of them are like houses. But the big thing is 90% of the industry does. If you're here monthly, you're paying your own electric, and generally speaking, if you don't do that, you're going to have folks that, in summertime they got their AC turned at 60 degrees and they got the windows open.
That's right.
Because they're not paying the electric bill. They don't give a rip.
That's right.
It's sad, but it's true. It's not always the case, but it happens more often than not. It seems very wasteful, especially if you're trying to run a business.
A lot of these are pull-throughs.
Yeah, people love that for the short term.
Or they're just big, long spaces, too.
What I was curious about this is the septic lagoon, kind of extra runoff.
Oh, I see.
So that would be contingent on how many more sites you can get.
Would be how big the lagoon is?
Yeah.
Or we'd probably have to add to it? Well, the car's not happy about it. The car's like, what is this? This is not a truck, buddy.
But this is where all the septic design is for the spray fields and over.
I see. So
Don't go fishing.
yeah. So this is did you have brown trout? This is the septic area that Jason was just talking about. Let's see if I can get it in the camera. So it's actually really nice the way they did this. It's totally separate from the rest of the place.
Yeah.
And that's not really common. Usually it's just kind of like on the edge, but this is really nice.
Yeah, so you might, if we need to expand 40, 50 more sites, you might need to come here and do some more dirt work and open this up for capacity.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely looks like it's doable after getting eyeballs on it versus a satellite view.
I'm really liking a lot of the work that's already been done.
Yeah.
It's not in bad shape. The roads, I think, are the biggest thing that would cost a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could put the whole CapEx budget almost into roads, pretty much, just roads and marketing.
Yeah.
Because this is not even online booking.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
They're not taking advantage. None of these parks over here are taking advantage of Turner Falls up the street and Arbuckle Wilderness. It's, you know, there was like 8 Arbuckle Wilderness billboards coming up down the highway. It's one of the biggest attractions in this part of Oklahoma. Go over there and you can pet the zebras, and it's like 1,200 acres of just seeing animals and wildlife that are roaming freely. It's pretty neat.
So there's a certain vibe that I've come to recognize whenever we're in a good area for RV parks, and this is it. It's near state parks, it's near wilderness areas, camping areas, hiking areas, waterfalls, rivers. Then in that area, all of the tourist industry springs up. So here's that front building. And I'm gonna turn it off and, well, I'll pause it and then we'll catch up at the next place. All right, let's talk some numbers. We're at the North Park now. And this is a 2-park portfolio that we're picking up. What kind of income are they making off these lots, Jason?
They bought it in 2021. The existing park manager, they were just losing occupancy, so obviously there were some issues. And these are some off-site owners that don't even know what's going on, it seems like. January 2023, they picked up a new property management company and got the occupancy up to 76%, they said. And last month they did 17 grand between the 2 parks. But their expenses, it seems like some of it has to be made up or just thrown together.
Hang on a sec. Pause for a sec. So they've got a bunch of sites that are like this that are weird. They seem like camping sites, maybe. See how it's down? You couldn't really get a trailer down that little drop, right?
No.
Yeah. So we'd have to see what they...
Oh, that's what that box is. That's not a hookup. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Very good. So that's the septic for this area. And once again, look at the pedestals. They're in pretty good shape. I mean, they're not like super resort RV quality, but...
Could be a stable asset.
Just move all the long term over here, maybe.
Nice shade.
Yeah, they do. Well, this one also has a dispensary, because this is Oklahoma and they're legal to have dispensaries. So we're not a fan of that business, and they don't pay very much in rent anyway.
And there's a kitchen in the back right there.
Oh, there's a kitchen. I like that.
So a hood there.
Anyway, let's cruise down this. Yeah, there you go.
$700 a month lease, and it seemed open-ended according to their books.
Well, we'll have to figure out what to do about that. But these will be 2 nice rentals right here in the front. Cabin rentals. So this is 1, 2, but this is like long term. It looks like people are staying there. That's probably the manager's house.
Yeah, that's my guess. Got a key code on there and said no smoking sign.
I figure one of them will be the manager's house, and then maybe a rental, and then these are 2 duplexes, right?
I saw the A and B on this one, and then just an A on this one, I'm not sure. Looks like just one.
So 4 total.
Yeah.
4 total little buildings, the 2 stone ones, and then this one. Okay, so here's an extra area off to the side. Here's an extra area where this tanker is parked. It looks like that's pretty much all that goes over there. Let's cruise over there. I didn't film that part. It's got this concrete pad, which I think could be really good for like a pavilion. So it's already half done for us. We just kind of build over top of that concrete, maybe touch up the concrete a little bit, and then maybe put epoxy on it. That way it's never cracks, you know? And then there's area here for maybe a pool, playground, dog park.
Okay.
There's also this little middle area and a nice big loop already. But then there's probably room for a couple extra spots here in the back as well. So one of the things we'll do is we'll bring in our expert unit mix designer. He's an expert consultant. He works with us. He's partnering with us now. And it's 1,300 RV parks he's consulted on. So we're real thrilled to be having that happening. So whenever we come into a place like this, we can just get it redesigned. We just call up our consultant. Boom, we get a redesign.
Best use of land.
Best use and best layout. Best use of the space, all that. And then of course, a lot of that we translate into the budget, the construction budget. So these are pretty high quality for long term, I would say.
Yeah.
High quality RVs, mainly.
For the most part.
You know, for the most part. There's one. Here's one right here. It's pretty old. Doesn't look like it's in bad. Well, sort of. It's not that great. It's not that great. It's mainly just old though. But it's not terrible. You know what I mean? It's not like there's moss growing all over it and green already from the rain. But it definitely is long term. A lot of fifth wheels and trailers. No motor coaches in this one. I don't think there were motor coaches in the other one either. All right, so that'll wrap up the side. This is the second one we just looked at.